Akiki's determination grew stronger each day. She spent hours contemplating how to resist the goddess and win Prince Maxwell's heart. She knew the path ahead was dangerous, but she was willing to take the risk. One evening, as the sun set, Akiki decided to visit the prince. She wanted to see him and express her feelings despite the warnings from Nai, the goddess. She dressed in her finest attire. When she arrived at the palace, Prince Maxwell was surprised but pleased to see her. "Akiki, what brings you here at this hour?" he asked, his eyes filled with curiosity. "I need to talk to you, Prince Maxwell," Akiki said, her voice steady. "I have thought long and hard about your proposal. I want to be with you, no matter what." The prince's face lit up with joy. "Akiki, you have made me the happiest man alive." Akiki smiled, though inside she was worried about the goddess's threat. "I feel the same way, Prince Maxwell. We will face whatever comes together." After Akiki left the palace, she felt a mix of joy and fear. As she walked home under the moonlight, Nai, the goddess, appeared before her, more angry than ever. "How dare you disobey my orders?" Nai said with a thunderous voice. "Why did you accept the prince's proposal?" Akiki stood her ground, her heart pounding. "I love him, and I will not let you control my life. You can do nothing to stop me." The goddess's eyes blazed with anger. "You are defying the will of the gods. You will face dire consequences for this, Akiki." "I am not afraid of you," Akiki said firmly. "I will marry the prince, and you will do nothing to stop me." Nai's anger seemed to shake the very earth beneath them. But Akiki was not scared of her. She stared back at the goddess. "We shall see," Nai hissed before vanishing into the night, leaving Akiki afraid. But she was determined. The next morning, Akiki woke up with a renewed sense of purpose. She knew she had to prepare for whatever the goddess might throw at her. She decided to visit the village's wise woman, Mama Akpaka, hoping to find some guidance. Mama Akpaka listened carefully to Akiki's story. "Child, love is a powerful force, but the wrath of the gods is not to be taken lightly. You must be strong and clever. The goddess will test your love and resolve." "What should I do, Mama Akpaka?" Akiki asked, her voice filled with concern. "You must prove your love and bravery. There are 3 tasks you must complete. Only then will you have a chance to stand against the goddess." Mama Akpaka handed Akiki a small ancient scroll. "Your first task is to retrieve the golden feather from the top of the Forbidden Mountain. It is guarded by a fierce eagle, and many have failed before you." Akiki nodded, determined to succeed. She set off for the Forbidden Mountain, her heart filled with both fear and hope. The journey was long and dangerous, but she persevered, climbing higher and higher. When she reached the top, she saw the magnificent eagle guarding the golden feather. Taking a deep breath, Akiki approached the eagle slowly, showing no fear. She spoke to the eagle, her voice calm and respectful. "Great eagle, I seek the golden feather to prove my love. Will you allow me to take it, please?" The eagle, sensing her sincerity, allowed her to pluck a single feather. With the golden feather in hand, Akiki made her way back down the mountain. Upon her return, Mama Akpaka congratulated her. "You have done well, Akiki. Your second task is to fetch water from the sacred spring, which is hidden deep within the enchanted forest. The path is treacherous, and the forest is known to play tricks on travelers." Determined, Akiki ventured into the enchanted forest. She faced many illusions and obstacles, but she remembered Mama Akpaka's advice to stay true to her path. After hours of navigating through the forest, she finally found the sacred spring. As she filled her jug with the spring water, a voice echoed through the forest. "Only the pure of heart can find this spring. You have proven yourself worthy, Akiki." Returning to home with the sacred water, Akiki was exhausted but ready for the final task. Mama Akpaka was patiently waiting for Akiki to return so they could prepare for the last task, when the goddess suddenly appeared. The air grew cold, and Mama Akpaka felt a shiver run down her spine. "Stay away from Akiki," Nai commanded, her voice filled with fury. "If you do not, Both you and your only son will die." Mama Akpaka fell to her knees. "Forgive me, Great One. I was only trying to help." "Help?" The goddess's eyes flashed with anger. "Your interference will cost you dearly if you continue." Mama Akpaka nodded quickly, her fear overwhelming her. "I understand. I will not help her any more. Please, spare my son." The goddess stared at Mama Akpaka for a moment before she disappeared without another word, leaving Mama Akpaka terrified and alone. Unaware of the goddess's warning, Akiki arrived at Mama Akpaka's home to discuss the final task. She found Mama Akpaka sitting quietly, looking troubled. "Mama Akpaka, I'm ready for the last task," Akiki said with determination in her voice. Mama Akpaka looked up, her face pale. "Akiki, I cannot help you anymore. The goddess came to me and threatened my life and my son's life if I continue to assist you." Akiki was shocked, but quickly composed herself. "I understand your fear, Mama Akpaka, but I cannot stop now. I must marry Prince Maxwell, no matter what the goddess says. I will face whatever comes my way." Mama Akpaka saw the determination in Akiki's eyes and sighed deeply. "You are brave, Akiki, but the path you choose is filled with danger. Please be careful." "I will, Mama Akpaka. Thank you for everything you have done for me." Each night, Akiki found herself in unsettling dreams, where she was kissing the son of the goddess. These dreams left her restless and exhausted. One morning, she woke up feeling overwhelmed by everything. She even thought about ending her life. But then she steeled herself. "No, I must fight with everything in me. I must marry the prince. I've never been in love like this before." Back at the palace, Prince Maxwell was sitting in the garden when a strange lady approached him. "I am a prophet, and I know things about the woman you claim to love and want to marry," she said. She then narrated how Akiki had killed all the chiefs, including his father, the king. The prince was shocked and angry. "How dare she? She must pay for this," he shouted. The strange lady smiled and said, "No, my prince, don't kill her. She is already dead among the living." Prince Maxwell thanked her and asked for her name, but she refused to tell him and left. As she walked away, she transformed into Nai and laughed out loud. "Yes, I did it. Akiki must marry my son. She has no choice." A few hours later, Akiki arrived at the palace to speak with Prince Maxwell. "I have something to tell you, my prince," she began. But the prince cut her off. "Akiki, how could you be this evil? You killed my father and the palace chiefs, and now you want to marry me. For what? To continue your wickedness? To kill me and inherit my wealth? That's not possible. This relationship is over. Leave and never come back." Akiki tried to explain, but the prince refused to listen. Heartbroken, she left the palace, feeling more determined than ever to fight for her love. Angry and hurt, Akiki stormed away from Prince Maxwell's palace, her heart heavy with sorrow. She went to the riverbank and called out to Nai, the goddess who had brought so much trouble into her life. "Nai!" Akiki's voice carried across the water, filled with bitterness. "You've taken everything from me, my happiness, my future. Why do you continue to torment me?" Deep in the river's depths, Nai listened in silence. Her anger burned beneath the surface, driven by a thirst for power and revenge. "You dare defy me?" Nai's voice boomed like distant thunder. "I won't stop until I take back what's rightfully mine. My daughter will claim Prince Maxwell and the throne." Feeling powerless against Nai's wrath, Akiki turned away, tears streaming down her cheeks. She knew Nai's threats were serious. As she walked, she vowed silently to fight against the goddess. After her intense encounter with Nai at the river, Akiki returned home with a determined spirit, but also a sense of unease. Furious at Akiki's audacity, Nai called upon her daughter Sabrina, a striking and cunning serpent maiden. Nai commanded Sabrina to charm and marry Prince Maxwell, ensuring their family's control over the throne. Sabrina eagerly accepted the task, confident in her ability to enchant any man with her beauty. Days passed, and Prince Maxwell couldn't stop thinking about Akiki. Her laughter and kindness remained in his thoughts, even as he focused on his princely duties. One afternoon, he decided to stroll around the village, hoping the fresh air would clear his mind. As he walked, Prince Maxwell spotted a graceful figure ahead. She had radiant skin, eyes that shimmered like the river at dawn, and a warm smile that instantly captivated him. The young lady approached him with a gentle smile. "Good day, Your Highness," she greeted, her voice melodious like a songbird's. "I am Sabrina." Prince Maxwell was surprised by her beauty and charm. "Good day to you, Sabrina," he replied, curious. "What brings you around our village?" Sabrina smiled softly. "I often come here to find solace and peace. The village holds a special place in my heart." Intrigued by her presence and drawn to her calm manner, Prince Maxwell engaged Sabrina in conversation. They walked together, sharing stories of their lives and dreams. As they talked, Prince Maxwell found himself enjoying Sabrina's company more than he had expected. That night, Akiki saw her mother in a dream. Her mother warned her to go to Prince Maxwell early in the morning and tell him to stay away from Sabrina. Determined to protect the prince, Akiki rushed to the palace at dawn. However, the guards refused to let her in. Frustrated and desperate, Akiki decided to seek help from an old friend. Akiki asked her friend to take her to a very powerful native doctor who could help her put an end to Nai's reign. But her friend refused, fearing the dangers involved. Instead, she took Akiki to a wise pastor, known for his spiritual strength. The pastor listened to Akiki's story and then revealed a shocking truth. He told her that Nai, the river goddess, was responsible for the deaths of her parents and her husband. Although the king had ordered the flogging of her husband, it was Nai who had truly killed him. "My daughter," the pastor said gently, "you have unknowingly taken the lives of innocent souls. You must seek forgiveness from their families to find peace and redemption." Realizing the gravity of her situation, Akiki felt a deep sorrow and guilt. She knew she had to make amends. The pastor, armed with his Bible and strong faith, prepared to confront Nai. He knew that battling a powerful goddess would not be easy, but he was determined to help Akiki and protect the innocent. As the pastor prayed and invoked the power of the scriptures, Nai appeared, furious and ready to defend her dominion. The air crackled with tension as the spiritual battle began. The pastor stood firm, reciting verses and calling upon divine protection. Nai's power surged, but the pastor's faith was unwavering. In a dramatic clash, the pastor's prayers and the power of his Bible began to weaken Nai. Despite her strength and fury, she found herself unable to overpower the pastor's spiritual fortitude. With each verse he spoke, Nai's influence diminished. Finally, with a powerful final prayer, the pastor permanently banished Nai. She screamed in rage and anguish as her form disintegrated, her power broken forever. The skies cleared, and a calm settled over the land. Exhausted but victorious, the pastor turned to Akiki. "You must continue to seek forgiveness and stay strong in your faith," he advised. "Nai's power is gone, but healing the wounds of the past will take time." With Nai defeated, Akiki knew her next task was to seek forgiveness from the families of those who had died because of her actions. It was a painful journey, but she was determined to make amends. She visited the homes of each family, her heart heavy with regret. Some families, moved by her sincerity and the realization of her suffering under Nai's influence, forgave her. They offered her kind words and wished her peace. However, not all were so forgiving. Some families were still consumed by grief and anger. They could not find it in their hearts to forgive Akiki for the loss of their loved ones. Akiki accepted their reactions with grace, understanding that forgiveness was not something she could demand. After visiting the families, Akiki felt a sense of relief, but knew there was one more person she needed to face: Prince Maxwell. Encouraged by the pastor, who had guided her through her journey of repentance, she made her way to the palace. Upon arriving, Akiki was allowed to see Prince Maxwell. She approached him with trembling hands and a heavy heart. "Prince Maxwell," she began, her voice breaking, "I am deeply sorry for all the pain I have caused. I never meant for any of this to happen. I understand if you cannot forgive me, but I need you to know how truly sorry I am." The prince listened, his expression a mixture of sadness and resolve. After a long pause, he finally spoke. "Akiki, I can see the remorse in your eyes, and I believe you are truly sorry for what happened," he said. "I forgive you for your actions. But the pain of losing my father is something I cannot overlook. I cannot marry someone who was involved, even indirectly, in his death." Tears streamed down Akiki's face as she nodded in understanding. "I appreciate your forgiveness, Prince Maxwell. I never wanted to hurt you or anyone else." Prince Maxwell continued, "I hope you find peace and redemption in your life, Akiki. But our paths must part here." With a heavy heart, Akiki left the palace. She knew she had a long journey ahead of her, but she was determined to continue seeking redemption and rebuilding her life. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed this story, please subscribe, like, share, and turn on notifications to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.